Hey, Tony Gaskins here. I'm popping in real quick. Just finished coaching me a session. I'm in old Nashville in the Airbnb with the family. Son up here for soccer. And we headed to Atlanta for some more soccer, but this time watching professionals play. But wanted to pop on here because, I heard about this here June 19th. And I really didn't know what it was. I just heard about it a couple of months ago. Not a couple of months, a couple of years ago. But I seen that the Nike store was at the outlet today. The Nike store was closed for June 19th. So it's really just another day off for people. And I think my son Googled it and said it's something about the emancipation from slavery. And I don't think that people really think about it when it's kind of like to have a holiday that celebrates the emancipation of slavery, in my opinion, minimizes slavery because this is something that was egregiously painful. Slaves went through practically hell on earth. Who wants to be reminded about that? Like, who wants a birthday for trauma? It's like really, slavery could be the equivalent of industrial rape. Like when you think about if an individual has been raped, and that happened in slavery as well. There was rape, there was murder, lynchings, there was flogging and just horrendous acts that were done to slaves. And those slaves are not living. So I think that's why there's such a desensitization, because those slaves aren't living. But when you actually think about it, and I always talk about this, it's like don't give me no holiday. Give me a check. Give me a check. Give me a house. Where my 40 acres and a mule. Eliminate my property taxes. If you really sorry about slavery, don't give me no raggedy holiday. Take away taxes. The Native Americans get checks every month. They got checks. They got land. They got reservations. They get to have casinos. They get to make all kind of money out these casinos because they seen as the original people who was in America. Well, black Americans, we didn't opt to come over here. We didn't want to come to America. So it's like, cut us a check. I don't want to celebrate no June 19th, no Juneteenth. Give me a check. Give me some of this here land out here. Take all these property taxes, because essentially, for one, they showed the study that say Navy Federal Credit Union was discriminating on black people when it come to buying a house. So here black people are, the poorest in America, according to the studies, have the lowest net worth, the lowest median income. Black people go get an education, get a job, buy a house, and still never own the land. And you never own the land because you got to pay property taxes. My property taxes, I pay them late all the time just because I pay them on my time. But you have a couple years before your house could get auctioned off for the delinquent property taxes. But my property taxes is like $15,000 a year. So think about that. If I take let's say I'm 85 years old and I'm on low income. Let's say I'm getting my retirement because I've been an entrepreneur all my life. Let's say I'm getting 1,500 a month, 3,000 a month. By the time I'm 85, if my property taxes is 15,000 at 40 years old, my property taxes might be $45,000, $50,000, $60,000 when I'm 85 years old. If I'm living on 3,000 a month, which is doing good in retirement, I'm making 36K a year. If I'm helping my grandkids, if I'm just living, eating, I'm buying grocery, I'm paying for gas, I got that 36,000 gone. I got to go work a job. Just my property taxes at 85 years old will be more than what the average American is getting from their retirement check. Think about that. So I know people who retired in their 60s getting 3-4 grand a month. Imagine if when they was doing good, they had a house and their property tax kept going up. Guess what? They're going to lose their house. You know how, but that's not going to be national news. But do you know how many black Americans lose their house? No, we don't know. Because they ain't going to tell us that. Because then you're going to realize that this American dream, this home ownership, is a scam. That's when you're going to realize it's a scam because you never own it. Because the moment you don't have money, you can't sit in that house and say, well, this is an asset. Because if you can't pay the property taxes, and I done seen this on the news now, elderly black lady, like in her late 80s or early 90s, lost her house. It hit the news, and I think the community came together to help her pay her property tax. She was losing her house because of the property taxes. Because she had limited income. She's just getting whatever Social Security giving her. But the property tax went higher than that. And people taxes or house insurance going up, doubling, tripling. But yet they give us a Juneteenth. But then what happened on Juneteenth, black folks go stimulate the economy. But you stimulating the economy, fireworks, ribs, crab legs, all this right here, going to the theme park because you off, going to the beach, going, whatever you're doing, going to the bars, going to the club, whatever you're doing, having concerts, Juneteenth concert, hotels getting booked, all of this. Black people, this another Black Friday, but it's for black people. Juneteenth, stimulate the economy. The number one most spendingest demographic is black people. Black people spend $2-3 trillion a year, but yet we the number one poorest. And then we get given a day to stimulate the economy. Man, we ain't supposed to be celebrating no Juneteenth, Juneteenth. Man, give me my money. Give my reparations for what my ancestors had to go through. I'm up here with this broken English because my ancestors couldn't go to school and get no education. So they come and talking to me, hollering about strawberry and amalams, and then here I'm here with this broken English. And my ancestor, doggone, couldn't get no education. Great grandmas getting raped, having a slave master baby. Great granddaddies getting slapped and punched, uppercut, cause they ain't get 100 pounds of cotton in the 8 hours. Getting bent over, sodomized, cause slave master thought he was looking at his daughter. All this right here. Where's my check at? Where my 40 acres and a mule? hollering about a June 19th. And then you got people who, oh, we need to hold on to history. We need, man, shut up. Show me my future. Invest in my future. Stop reminding me about my trauma. Stop reminding me about why my English broken. Stop reminding me about why I'm still being systemically discriminated against. Stop reminding me about why my kids get discriminated against. Why they playing a white people sport and the coaches doing everything they can to elevate the white kids over the black kids because they don't feel like black kids supposed to be playing the white sport. Help me understand that. Instead of reminding me about trauma, instead of reminding me about pain, and then trying to celebrate it like you care, do you really think if black people the poorest in America and the least educated in America, least landowners, lowest income in America, do you really think these people care about June 19th? Do you really think these people care? I'm in Nashville. I'm riding past Rosa Parks Street, Martin Luther King Street, Representative John Lewis Jr. Street. Do these people, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, have endowments and trust funds from the cities who violated them? But they got a street name. What that street name finna do for me? If I'm the descendant of this person, is my college paid for my people marching and getting discriminated against, getting flogged, getting killed, getting sprayed, getting falsely imprisoned? But see, we'll celebrate anything. We'll celebrate anything for a day off. For a day off from work. I was finna go in the Nike outlet today and look around. I wasn't finna buy nothing. And they closed for Juneteenth. How in the world the ancestors of the slave owner get to have them a day off? Now I ain't racist or none of that. But I'm just saying, make it make sense. How you get a day off? I wish I was Jordan Peele and them. I'd be doing me skits about, can you imagine white people on Juneteenth who ain't got to go to work? Well, who to get Toby? Ooh, we might need to do slavery again, man. I'm having a good old time on my day off. Juneteenth. What actually is Juneteenth? Man, do you really think, what do you think it feels like to be a black person celebrating the last day of picking cotton? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine, like, you trying to move on with your life, you trying to climb the corporate ladder, you want to, get out here and be Ben Carson and all of this, Tim Scott, and you have to be reminded that you were a slave. Man. Ugh. Can you imagine white people conversation around Juneteenth? It's like, man, let me live my life, man. Don't keep reminding me that I was a slave. Cause you reminded me every day I was a slave with the interest rates, with this discrimination, with the letter of the law. When you shoot me in the back and I'm unarmed in a routine traffic stop, you reminded me I was a slave then. You reminded me I was a slave when I go to buy something and now you want to look into the letter of the law. Now you want to call on all the fine print. But when my white homeboy just came in here and shoot, in and out, no problem. You ain't even look at no fine print. I come in here try to get the same business deal, same business loan, same real estate that my white partner done got, and I'm getting the third degree. Now you finding all kind of fine print. Well, because of this 30-day late car note that you had 9 years ago, this really, Right now we're doing 7% interest rates, but because of this late student loan payment you had in 2002, unfortunately we're going to have to bump you from a 7% to a 12.99%. Is that going to work for you? No, it ain't going to work for me. But this Juneteenth for you. This Juneteenth for you. And here we going broker having concerts. We having concerts, artists out performing. Yay! To the left, to the right. Not cha-cha slide. You ain't no slave no more. You ain't no slave no more. You ain't no slave no more. Think about this, man. Don't nobody want no raggedy Juneteenth. Man, celebrate something we done did. Positive. Give every black inventor a day. And give me all work for all this, the washing machine, the dryer, the hair comb, the shoestring, the peanut butter, the broom, the brush. Give me a day off for all of that. Everything that a black person created from the time I wake up to the time I leave my house, give me a day off for it. Highlight them people's birthday and let's celebrate black accomplishments, not white guilt. I don't want to celebrate no day that y'all came into humanity and decided to be a human. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe they're not a third of a human. You know what? We're missing out on a lot of money. Because if we let these Negroes go and they start working in the factories and they work in corporate America, we're finna make trillions off of them instead of just picking cotton. Oh my goodness. We get to tax them on their grocery, tax them on their land, give them highest interest rates on their cars, on their clothes, on the house. We get to let them dunk balls and make 80 million a year, and we take 40 million. But then we get to have Jeff Bezos be a trillionaire and pay no taxes because he's claiming his company isn't profitable. But LeBron James, 80 million a year, we get 40 million right off the top. And then we got LeBron James times 1,000. We got all of these former slaves dunking and catching balls for millions. Think about this, man. Really think about this. Think about it. Letting us go from slavery, it making America more money than America dreamt of. Because a slave ain't make no money. So a slave couldn't add to the society. Can you imagine how much taxes America make off of black people? Think about it. It's like we still working like a slave. We still working like a slave. We still pinching pennies. We still ain't got no 40 acres and a mule. We still pinching pennies. And the black people that came out of slavery doing good was all of the light-skinned people. All of the light-skinned because they had the slave master blood coursing through their veins. So slave master gave them the crumbs from the table. Hey, y'all get y'all a house. Hey, y'all get y'all a little bit of land. Hey, y'all get this over here. Yeah, hey, y'all, here you go. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, you light-skinned? Oh, light is right. Light, oh, okay, boom. Here you go. Hey, y'all go to school over here, light-skinned. Y'all go over here, But here we out there Cha-cha sliding on Juneteenth. Man, that's a day of depression for me. Don't remind me about no slavery, man. And now you bother me about property taxes? Man, you crazy. Bother me about these property taxes. You ought to be writing off my credit card bill. I ought to be able to get everything I want for free. All my ancestors had to go through. They done paid it all. Jesus paid it all for us, and then the ancestors come to America and had to pay some more. Like, my goodness, Jesus paid it all, and y'all got us out here sweating and slaving, and then you get to do all that, and now you got to go eat chitlins, pig intestines, after working in the hot sun all day. Working in the hot sun, picking cotton, your finger bleed. You got to come home, eat chitlins, and then see your wife come walking in the house crying because the master done had an angling all in her face. It's like, and then we finna celebrate this? Man, we need to start a petition. Get rid of the Juneteenth and give us every June 19th, give every black person in America $619 so we can get us some groceries and pay a phone bill or something instead of hollering about a Juneteenth. Man, y'all crazy. Hey, Tony, guys, I got to go. I get upset with these folks out here. But see, the thing, we don't think about it. And then watch somebody be in the comment. We ought to be happy that slavery is being celebrated, the emancipation, because we still could be picking cotton. And it's good that we got, it was one lady, just because she wrote me talking about Black History Month and all of this, talking about the importance of it, and it's because she owned a Black History Museum. It's like, yeah, of course it's important to you, ma'am, because you're making money off of it. But it's like, tell me about black accomplishments. Tell me about black success. Tell me about that there. And instead of just reminding me about slavery. If Black history about what we done and accomplished and all of that there, okay, cool. But if it ain't that there, I ain't trying to hear it. I'm not trying to celebrate no day that people came to their senses and realized we ain't supposed to be slaves. Like, what the world? Like, you want me to celebrate for being treated like recognized as a human? It's like they be mocking us right in our face. Be like, man, can you realize they're going broker, spending thousands of dollars doing concerts? And we get to tax them out the yin yang for the permits for these big old concerts all around the country, and we get to make more money off of them because they're happy that we finally stopped calling them monkeys and dogs and trash, and we finally see them as people, man, and they are excited about it. Man, we need to be boycotting on Juneteenth. Don't spend $1. Stay home, don't spend $1. Sit down, read lights, don't spend $1. But folks ain't got no sense. Wait, I mess around and run for president and become the president. I'm canceling Juneteenth. Don't remind me about that mess. If you ain't got no check for me, give me $619 every June 19th.